Welcome, Sandy and Terry Bottomiller. I know that you've spent a lot of time sort of in the water the last couple of years. Tell me what that's been like. Go ahead.
Sandy, you first.
It's hard when you pray and you know that your prayers won't be answered the way you want them to be. And you realize that. So then you have to change your prayer to give me the strength to cope and support the people. And that's what happened to me.
You, Pastor, you and I several times. Well, several's probably. We talked a lot during, and it's really hard. It's really hard not to get angry with God, angry with the situation, feeling for the people you love, feeling for yourself, and not always knowing even what you're asking for. I mean, in the beginning, you ask for God's healing. It's what is most important. And then you get deeper down the road and you realize, as Sandy said, that God's answer is not what you want to hear. So then you start thinking about what is best for everyone and how do you deal with it? How do you keep your faith and still understand that it's not what you, it's not only not what you want, it's not what you want to accept. So in conversations with you, in conversations, especially with my brother, we had massive conversations, time and time and time again. And I told him at the time that throughout my probably later teen years and all my adult years, I was taught to pray and end my prayer before the Amen with, not mine, but your will be done.
That's hard to do.
No.
Well, and it's frustrating to do that because we don't want God's will to be the one that chooses to take people away from us. To chooses, and frankly, I'm not sure that is God's will. And so tell me, Terry and Sandy, what it's like to find that Jesus does reach out a hand, sort of like he does with Peter in the story for this morning's reading. How has he reached out a hand to you in the midst of all of that?
He's given us the strength to cope, but he's also given us chances to build stronger relationships with some of the people in our family who are hurting the most, like our grandchildren. And we feel like we're closer than ever with them.
We have a relationship with them that we never would have had Holly lived, had they had two parents, had they gone on. We would have visited, we would have been grandparents, but it wouldn't have been the same. With Josh and the job he had, every third day he worked 24 hours. So we were down there, we lived with them, we cooked with them, we prayed with them, we did homework with them. We were 1/3 parents, back in that relationship. so there's that, and then I think that you begin to build even stronger relationships, if that's possible, with the people around you and the people you love. And you begin to
So it's like
realize,
you guys are reaching. Go ahead.
you begin to realize how important all that is in your life, and that you sometimes just rotely move through it. You don't really think about
Yeah. So it's like you're reaching out that hand of Jesus to your family. So how has Jesus reached out a hand to you both in the midst of this? I mean, because you talk about the doubt, and you talk about the struggle, and you talk about the the churning waters that cause us to sink. Where what was Jesus' hand for you in the midst of that?
the strength to get through it, to keep doing what we needed to do for everyone else.
Yeah.
I prayed for strength every day because I worried that I was going to not have enough.
And people talk about feeling all the prayers that are being prayed for you. It's real. It's there.
We felt it
daily. And then all of the people, thank goodness this was pre-pandemic, because all of the people that would hug us, that would encourage us every time we'd see them. And we realized that was God working through all of these people to keep us upright, if that's the right word, but to keep us sane, to keep
upright is the right word.
Okay.
Well, that's a
moving.
perfect image. I mean, that is the hand of Jesus, keeping us upright, walking into His arms, and so I mean, I thank you this morning for giving us this image. I mean, I think this is going to help a lot of us understand the importance of how to manage the churning waters, but also how to reach out, because sometimes we just simply have to cry out for help, and you evidenced that. I watched you do that, and that's a gift for all of us. Thank you. I appreciate that in how you function, and you can